What did professional dunk contests look like 15 years ago? The main difference was the generation of dunkers, the legendary guys who dominated YouTube at the time. Team Flight Brothers were the main stars of the dunking movement, and every contest featuring them was a big gift for true fans, especially when the winner of the contest took home a $10,000 prize.
What's up everybody, I'm Smoove and today we will watch and analyze 2011 Sprite Slam Dunk Showdown Finals dunk contest that was held in LA during the NBA All-Star Weekend.
Sprite Slam Dunk Showdown was a nationwide dunk contest with qualifying rounds held in the biggest cities. Every top dunker in the US at the time took part in the tour, but only a select few made it to the finals. The winners of the qualifiers earned $1,000 prize money, but only the top 4, determined by online fan voting, advanced to the final contest, which was held during NBA All-Star Weekend, where they battled for a $10,000 grand prize. One important detail: the contest was open to residents of all US states and Canada. That's why, even though Giup dominated the San Francisco qualifier, he wasn't eligible to compete in the 2010 finals, the final 4 contestants. Kenny Dobbs, 26 years old, 6'3". K-Dobbs won his qualifier in Phoenix. Unlike most dunkers at the time, he developed his skills outside of Team Flight Brothers and was an independent dunker, proving he could outshine TFB. His nickname, the Dunk Inventor, speaks to his focus on creating new dunks and variations. He deserves major credit for his underbow flex dunk over person. Hanif Munir, aka Young Hollywood, 23 years old, 5'11". He won qualifier in his hometown of Los Angeles, so he should feel good at home on this stage. This is Hanif's second straight final appearance. He also made it to the All-Star Weekend in 2010. Terry Cornier, aka T-Dub, 24 years old, 5'9", from St. Paul, Minnesota. He delivered one of the best performances in the history of the Sprite Tour and took home the winner's check in Minnesota. For many of us, T-Dub was the reason we fell in love with dunking. His video on the TFB YouTube channel still holds the record with 17 million views. Nowadays, social media makes everyone a star, but back then, TV was the only way to break through. T-Dub once tried to make it onto the N1 mixtape tour, but it was his dunking that ultimately took him across America and the world. Justin Darlington, 22 years old, 6'4", from Toronto, Canada. Just Fly made it to the finals through the online contest. He actually lost to T-Dub in the qualifier, finishing second, so his last shot was through fan voting on NBA.com. Luckily, the internet chose him, setting up an epic final round featuring some of the best dunkers in the world at that time. The rules are simple. Each dunker gets 2 dunks in the first round. The top 2 advance to the final, where they will throw down 2 more dunks. They have 2 minutes to complete the dunk. In the first round, the judges score each dunk on a scale from 6 to 10. In the final round, the winner is determined by SMS fan voting, the judges panel. Loss and Remix, 2 former Sprite dunkers who actively competed in the first season of the tour before becoming official ambassadors. Daryl Dawkins, an NBA dunk legend and the face of the event, famous for shattering backboards back in the day. LeBron James, the Miami Heat superstar who once promised to enter the NBA dunk contest but never actually did. T-Dub kicks off the first round.
That's alright.
He backrims a one-handed alley-oop and a soaring jump. For professional dunkers, the pressure was on. They had to prove they weren't just YouTube sensations, but also could execute their best dunks on official NBA rim.
Toss 360, that is T-Dub.
T-Dub throws down a 360 back scratcher off a lob. As you can guess, this contest is all about true dunks. In 2011, jumping over 3 people wasn't as common as it is today. At just 5'9", his dunk wasn't the most technically difficult, but it was so smooth and powerful that it deserved the high score. The judges award 36 points, an average of 9 per judge. Next up, Just Fly. He attempts an east bay off the lob but narrowly misses. Justin struggles with his lob. His toss flies too deep under the rim. An incredible athlete but lacking fundamental ball handling skills, which often caused him to lose the ball mid-air in competitions.
Just Fly!
On his third attempt, the pass is perfect and he delivers a textbook 2-footed east bay off the lob. From the court level, it looks even more impressive than on the official broadcast. Just Fly uses all of his athleticism to execute the dunk with power and elevation, but his early misses impact his score. Another 36 points, tying him with T-Dub. It's time for Ball is Life's dunk star, Kenny Dobbs. Wasting no time, he lines up 3 assistants under the rim and gives the middle one the ball to hold above his head.
This is K-Dobbs. Oh!
Without hesitation, Dobbs clears all 3 and throws down a double up. The crowd erupts, and the judges don't hesitate. They award him the first perfect score, 40 points. T-Dub is furious. That was his signature dunk, the one he introduced to the dunking world. But there is no fault in Dobbs. He elevated the concept, adding more people under the rim. A smart tactical move, beating T-Dub to his own dunk. Watching this in 2025, we can see how dunkers in 2011 were early pushing boundaries. Nowadays, double-ups always use the first person in line to hold the ball at their neck for an extra boost before clearing the others. Back then, Dobbs chose the middle person, relying solely on his jump without any boost, proving how high and far he could elevate. The 4th contender, local favorite Young Hollywood. He sets up remix under the rim, holding the ball high with a fully extended arm. Today, the ball is almost always positioned at neck level for easier push-off.
Dunk showdown, Young Hollywood! Yes, yes!
Hollywood delivers a double apex, double pump over a person with great height and smooth execution. Beautiful jump, fluid style. I really wanted to highlight this contest on my channel just to remind everyone what this dunk is supposed to look like. Another perfect 40. Munir ties Dobbs at the top of the leaderboard. T-Dub is not happy. His dunk gets stolen again, but this time without any improvements. Dobbs at least innovated, but Hollywood simply replicated it. The legendary dunker couldn't take it anymore. He was about to show everyone what the real double apex should look like. 3 people under the rim, with the middle assistant holding the ball overhead.
It's T-Dub! Oh, T-Dub!
This was a clinic on the double up, possibly the best pump over 3 people in dunk history. His jump was so powerful that he could have cleared 3 7-footers with room to spare. It was as if Terry was saying, "Oh, you're doing my dunks? Let me remind you why these dunks are named after me." Unanimous 10s from the judges. T-Dubs finishes round 1 with a total of 76 points. Justin Darlington wouldn't be himself if he didn't attempt his trademark move.
I think I know you're gonna like it right here. Cartwheel.
He hasn't even jumped yet, but he's already teasing an acrobatic dunk. Maybe most of the audience hasn't seen this before, since NBA dunking had a different style of acrobatics back then.
He's trying to cartwheel dunk. Oh, yes! Yes, that is Just Fly.
Cartwheel to windmill. Clean, but we've seen better from Just Fly. Higher jumps, smoother execution. Even back then, everybody knew his signature dunk was the cartwheel east base, so this didn't quite feel like a perfect score dunk. But 8s felt harsh. He lands at 34, bringing his total to 70 points. That puts him in 2nd place behind T-Dub for now. Kenny Dobbs' 2nd dunk. Another setup with an assistant, but this time it's just 1 person under the rim holding the ball overhead.
Time for liftoff. K-Dobbs.
Under both over a person, a dunk we wouldn't see in the NBA dunk contest for another 5 years.
40 seconds.
First attempt airballs into the stands. He still has 40 seconds to either complete one of the hardest dunks in history or change his approach.
For that dunk. Oh, whoa.
Dobbs pivots to a 360 east bay off the lob, but his performance starts slipping. His chances of a high score drop fast.
Down to the wire. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Almost.
The first unsuccessful dunk of the contest. After a perfect opening round, Dobbs is eliminated, running out of time after trying 4 different dunk ideas. One of the most creative dunkers in history is out, and we'll have to wait for another shot at a great price. Hollywood closes out round 1. Hanif Munir only needs 31 points to advance.
Clock has started.
He misses a 360 windmill, proof that even American dunking superstars had their struggles in contests.
Help out there. Oh, 360 windmill.
On his second attempt, he nails the 360 windmill. Not quite a Vince Carter windmill in terms of power, but still smooth and complete. Hollywood had dunked this dunk many times, and it always sat between solid and elite. Giving him all 10s wouldn't feel right. Another 34. But thanks to his first round pump over person, Munir advances to the final with 74 points, taking second place behind T-Dub. Since he had the lower score in round 1, young Hollywood kicks off the finals.
First attempt.
He attempts a honey dip off the lob. His elbow gets in, but the ball rims out. At this point, most dunk fans know that Vince Carter wasn't the first to hit the honey dip. Kobe did it multiple times in front of crowds before Vince, and even earlier than that, guys were pulling it off. One of the most shocking examples is Globetrotters legend Barry Hardy throwing down a windmill honey dip back in the 90s. Hollywood is reassessing his approach. Time for a switch up.
1 minute 30 seconds to go. Second attempt.
Next, he goes for a full windmill. Plenty of hang time, but somehow the ball doesn't drop.
Whoa.
Then he tries a 360 J-reach of the dribble. You can really see how dunk contest strategies were different in 2011. Plans were often improvised on the spot, and sometimes the dunk selection didn't follow any clear logic. 3 completely different attempts in one round. Nowadays, dunkers usually have a maximum difficulty plan, Plan A, and a safer backup, Plan B.
Let's go, young Hollywood. Player A right there. If you want him, send in A.
Hollywood ends up settling for a one-handed lob dunk, but at least his head is at the rim. A shaky start to the finals. The local favorite doesn't look like a clear front-runner for the title. Since this is the final round, the judges are no longer scoring. It's all up to the SMS fan voting, which is already open. Fans can vote before the final round even finishes. T-Dub steps up and attempts a reverse windmill with 2 hands off the lob. Perfect extension, full rotation and insane hang time. This is one of T-Dub's signature dunks, a move that always leaves the crowd in disbelief.
You right now, 1 minute 40 seconds. Oh no.
It's hard to imagine a better dunk in 2011. A 5'9" dunker exploding to the rim, getting his head above the hoop, and instead of just a simple one-hander, he throws down a reverse windmill with both hands. If there were still scores in play, this would have been a guaranteed 50, even with the first miss. Just a couple of years later, Eric Bledsoe got a perfect score in the NBA dunk contest for the same dunk. Hanif Munir is under pressure. His final dunk needs to be strong enough to take down an elite opponent. He sets up Billy from Dunkademics and another assistant under the rim, holding the ball overhead.
Going through
He goes for a double up through the legs over 2 people. Kenny Dobbs already cleared 3 and now Hollywood is trying for 2. Even the miss looks impressive, as the ball is taken from an insanely high point, showcasing his true bounce.
second try, no good.
His second attempt is a bit worse, and T-Dub is loving every second of it. First, because the winner's check is already almost secured. Second, because Munir is struggling to execute a dunk that is T-Dub's own signature move.
Young Hollywood!
It's just not Hollywood's night. He cannot get one of the best dunks in the world at the time to fall. He waves off his assistants, running out of time, and now he has to improvise.
6-5-7. Put it down off the toss, give it up one more time for young Hollywood.
He settles for a basic pump lob dunk, a weak finish for the final performance. Disappointing showing from Hollywood, who never really put together a memorable or dominant round. Now it's T-Dub's moment to close out the contest. He goes for a 540 pump with 2 hands. First attempt meets the back rim. Terry has hit this dunk at tons of events, and it's always a showstopper. In interviews, he's even said his best dunk ever was a 720 two-handed slam, but unfortunately there is no video proof of him landing it clean.
Oh, closer. 1 minute 35 seconds, T.
He switches to a one-handed attempt, but that doesn't drop either. One key detail, he's attempting all of this off the dribble. That was super rare in 2011 and it's even rarer today.
To go, T. 1 minute 15 seconds. Didn't like that jump right there. Gonna start it all over again. Once again, voting is open, will stay so. 5 minutes after this final dunk. Got it down.
In the end, he settled for a stylish one-handed pump of the lap. Even with that, if we compare the two finalists' performances, the winner is obvious. LeBron James, who sat through the contest with a face that could mean either extreme coolness or boredom, steps up to present a championship trophy. He was much more into it the year before. T-Dub confidently says he feels great and hopes to take home the win, because that's how it should be. Hollywood simply admits his performance wasn't his best, but it wasn't his worst either. Now it's time for the fan vote. 2011 Sprite Slam Dunk Showdown champion, winning $10,000 is...
Young Hollywood!
So with the hometown fans in attendance, Young Hollywood wins it in LA.
I remember the internet exploding over the screenshot of T-Dub's face, with people debating the decision. The only reason Hollywood won was because he was the local guy from LA. The hometown fans carried him with votes, even though the final round was clearly T-Dub's. This just proves that even 13 years ago, dunk contests were far from perfect. T-Dub was the real champion, but history records Young Hollywood as the official winner of the biggest dunk contest at that time.
Let me know, how did you like it? How did you like the dunk contest? What do you think about that previous generation of dunkers? I love them. I mean, I think that was a great time for dunking, so let me know in the comments and see you soon in next videos.